Part 14. It may be those who were ungrateful would wish that they had been ones who submit. Forsake them to eat, and let them take joy and be diverted with hopefulness. Then they will know. And we caused not a town to perish, but there was for it a known prescription. No community precedes its term, nor delays it. And they say, O thou to whom was sent down the remembrance, truly thou art one who is possessed. Why bringest thou not to us angels, if thou hast been the ones who are sincere? We send angels down not but with the truth. If they come to the ungrateful, they will not be ones who are given respite. Truly we have sent down the remembrance, and truly we are ones who guard it. And certainly we sent messengers before thee to partisans of the ancient ones. And approached them not any messenger, but they had been ridiculing him. Thus we thrust it into the hearts of the ones who sin. They believe not in it. Surely had passed away before them the customs of the ancient ones. And even if we opened for them a door from heaven, and they were to continue going up to it, they would say, Truly our sight was dazzled. Nay, we were a bewitched folk. And certainly we have made constellations in the heavens, and we made them appear pleasing to the ones who look. And we have kept them safe from every accursed Satan, except he who has the ability to hear by eavesdropping. Then he is pursued by a clear flame. And we stretched out the earth, and we cast on it firm mountains, and we caused to develop on it that which was well balanced of each thing. And we made on it for you a livelihood, and for those whom you are not ones who provide. And there is not a thing but its treasures are with us, and we send it down not but in a known measure. And we sent fertilizing winds, then we sent forth water from heaven. Then we satiated you, and you are not ones who are its treasurers. And truly it is we who give life and cause to die, and we are the ones who inherit. And certainly we knew the ones who precede among you, and certainly we know the ones who come later. And truly thy Lord is he who assembles them. Truly he is wise, knowing. And certainly we created the human being out of earth mud, of soft, wet earth. And we created ones who are the spirits before, from the fire of a burning wind. And mention when thy Lord said to the angels, Truly I am one who is creator of the mortals out of earth mud, of soft, wet earth. That is when I shaped him and breathed into him of my spirit. So fall down before him as ones who prostrate themselves. The angels prostrated themselves, one and all, but Iblis. Iblis refused to be with the ones who prostrated themselves. He said, O Iblis, what is with thee that thou art not with the ones who prostrate themselves? Iblis said, I will not prostrate myself before a mortal whom thou hast created out of earth mud, of soft, wet earth. It was said, Go thou forth from here, for truly thou art accursed. And truly a curse will be upon thee until the day of judgment. Iblis said, O my Lord, give me respite until the day they are raised up. He said, Then truly thou art among the ones who are given respite until the day of the known time. Iblis said, My Lord, because thou hast led me into error, I will certainly make the earth appear pleasing to them, and I will lead them one and all into error, except thy servants among them, the ones who were devoted. He said, This is the straight path to me. Truly, as for my servants, thou shalt have no authority over them, but ones who are in error followed thee. And truly hell has been promised to them all. It has 7 doors. Then for every door a set part is designated for them. Truly the ones who are God-fearing will be amidst gardens and springs. Enter them in peace as ones who are safe. and we will tear out any grudges from their breasts. They will be as brothers on couches, one facing the other. In it neither fatigue will afflict them, nor will they be ones who are driven out. Tell my servants that I am the forgiving, the compassionate, and that my punishment, it is a painful punishment. And tell them about the guests of Abraham when they entered upon him and said, Peace. He said, Truly, we are afraid of you. They said, Take no notice. Truly, we give you good tidings of a knowing boy. He said, You give me good tidings, even though old age has afflicted me. So of what give you good tidings? They said, We give thee good tidings of the truth. So be thou not of the ones who despair. He said, Who despairs of the mercy of his Lord, but the ones who go astray? He said, Then what is your business, O the ones who were sent? They said, We were sent to a folk, ones who sin, except the family of Lot. Truly, we are ones who will deliver them, one and all, except his wife. We have ordained that she be of the ones who stay behind. Then, when drew near to the people of Lot, the ones who were sent, he said, Truly you are a folk unknown to me. They said, Nay, we have drawn near to you with what they had been contesting. We approach thee with the truth, and truly we are ones who are sincere. Then set forth with thy family in a part of the night, and follow thou their backs, and look not back any of you, but pass on to where you are commanded. And we decreed the command to him that the last remnant of these would be that which is cut off in that which is mourning. The people of the city drew near rejoicing at the good tidings. Lot said, Truly these are my guests, so put me not to shame. Be God-fearing of God. Cover me not with shame. They said, Prohibited we thee not from some beings? Lot said, These are my daughters, if you must be ones who do something. By thy life, truly they were dazed, wandering, unwilling to see. So the cry took them at sunrise, and we made its high point low, and we rained down on them rocks of baked clay. Truly, in this are signs for ones who read marks, and truly they are ones who are on an abiding way. Truly, in it is a sign for the ones who believe. And truly, the companions of the woods had been ones who were unjust. So we requited them, and they were both on a clear, high road. Certainly the companions of the rocky tract denied the ones who were sent, and we gave them our signs. Then they had been ones who turned aside from them, and they had been carving out safe houses from mountains. But the cry took them in that which is mourning, and availed them not what they had been earning. And we created not the heavens and the earth and what is in between them, but with the truth. And truly the hour is one that arrives, so overlook with a sweet overlooking. Truly thy Lord is the knowing Creator. And certainly we have given thee 7 often repeated parts of the sublime Quran. And stretch not out thy eyes at what we have given enjoyment with it to pairs of them, nor feel remorse for them, but make low thy wing in kindness to the ones who believe, and say, Truly I am a clear warner. Even as we have sent forth on the ones who are partitioners, those who have made the Quran into fragments, so by thy Lord we will certainly ask them one and all about what they had been doing. So call aloud what thou art commanded, and turn thou aside from the ones who are polytheists. Truly we have sufficed thee against the ones who ridicule, those who make with God another God. But they will know, and certainly we know that thy breast became narrowed, injured in spirit, because of what they say. So glorify the praises of thy Lord, and be among the ones who prostrate themselves, and worship thy Lord until the certainty approaches thee. Chapter 16. The Bee. In the name of God, the merciful, the compassionate. The command of God approached. Seek not to hasten it. Glory be to him, and exalted is he above the partners they ascribe with him. He sends down the angels with the spirit of his command on whom he wills of his servants, to warn them that there is no God but I, so be God-fearing of me. He has created the heavens and the earth with the truth. He is to be exalted above partners they ascribe with him. He created the human being from a seminal fluid. That is when he becomes a clear adversary. And he has created the flocks for you in which there is warmth and many profits, and of them you eat, and in them is a beauty for you when you give them rest, and when you drive forth flocks to pasture. And they carry your lading to a land, that which you will not reach, but under adverse circumstances to yourselves. Truly, your Lord is gentle, compassionate, and he creates horses, mules, and donkeys for you to ride and as an adornment. And he creates what you know not. And with God is the showing of the way, yet some of them are ones who swerve, and had he willed, he would have guided you, one and all. It is he who sent forth water from heaven for you, from it to drink, and from it trees wherein you pasture your herds. He causes crops to develop for you with it, and the olives, and the date palms, and the grapevines, and every kind of fruit. Truly, in that is a sign for a folk who reflect. And he caused to become subservient to you the nighttime and the daytime, and the sun and the moon and the stars, those which are subservient by his command. Truly, in that are signs for a folk who are reasonable. And whatever he made numerous for you in and on the earth of hues, ones that are at variance, truly, in that is a sign for a folk who recollect. And he it is who has caused the sea to become subservient to you, so that you eat from it succulent flesh, and pull out of it glitter to wear. And you see the ships, ones that plow through the waves, that you may be looking for his grace, and so that perhaps you would give thanks. And he cast onto the earth firm mountains, so that it not vibrate with you, and rivers and roads, so that perhaps you would be truly guided, and landmarks, and they are truly guided by the stars. Is then he who creates as one who creates not? Will you not then recollect? And if you try to number the divine blessing of God, you will not be able to count it. Truly God is forgiving, compassionate, and God knows what you keep secret and what you speak openly. And those whom you call to other than God, they have created not anything, but they are themselves created. They are lifeless, not living, and they are not aware when they will be raised up. Your God is one God, but for those who believe not in the world to come, their hearts are ones that know not, and they are ones who grow arrogant. Without a doubt, God knows what they keep secret and what they speak openly. Truly, he loves not the ones who grow arrogant. And when it is said to them, "What is that your Lord sent forth?" they said, "Fables of the ancient ones." They will carry their own heavy loads completely on the day of resurrection, and of the heavy loads of those whom they cause to go astray without knowledge. How evil is what they will bear. Surely those who were before them planned. Then God approached their structures from the foundations, and the roof fell down upon them from above, and the punishment approached them from where they were not aware. After that, on the day of resurrection, he will cover them with shame, and will say, "Where are my ascribed associates with whom you had been making a breach with them?" Those who were given the knowledge will say, "Truly, degradation this day, and evil upon the ones who are ungrateful, those whom the angels called to themselves, while they were ones who were unjust to themselves. Then they will give a proposal of surrender. We had not been doing any evil. Yea, truly God is knowing of what you had been doing. So enter the doors of hell, ones who will dwell in it forever. And certainly how miserable a place of lodging it is for the ones who increase in pride. And when it is said to those who are God-fearing, "What is it that your Lord has sent forth?" they will say, "Good." For those who do good in the present, there is benevolence, and the abode of the world to come is better. And how excellent will be the abode of the ones who are God-fearing. Gardens of Eden, which they will enter, beneath which rivers run. They will have in them all that they will. Thus God gives recompense to the ones who are God-fearing. Those whom the angels call to themselves while they are ones who are good, they say to them, "Peace be unto you. Enter the garden because of what you had been doing." Look they not on anything but that the angels should approach them, or the command of thy Lord? Thus accomplish those before them, and God did not wrong them, but they had been doing wrong to themselves. Then their evil deeds lit on them for what their hands had done, and surrounded them is what they had been ridiculing. And those who ascribed partners with God said, "Had God willed, neither would we have worshipped other than him anything, we nor our fathers, nor would we have held sacred anything other than what he forbid." Thus accomplished those who were before them. Then what is upon the messengers but the delivering of the clear message? And certainly we have raised up in every community a messenger saying that, "Worship God and avoid false deities." Then of them were some whom God guided, and of them were some upon whom their fallacy was realized. So journey through the earth, then look on how had been the ultimate end of the ones who deny. If thou be eager for their guidance, then truly God will not guide whom he causes to go astray, and they will have no ones who help. And they swore by God their most earnest oaths. God will not raise up him who dies. Yea, it is a promised obligation upon him, but most of humanity knows not, in order to make manifest for them about what they are at variance in it, and so that those who were ungrateful may know that they had been ones who lie. Our saying to a thing when we wanted it is that we say to it, "Be," then it is. As for those who immigrated in the way of God after they were wronged, we will certainly have a place of settlement for them with benevolence in the present, and the compensation of the world to come will be greater if they had but known, those who endured patiently, and they put their trust in their Lord. And we sent not before thee but men to whom we reveal revelation. So ask the people of remembrance, if you have not been knowing. With the clear portents and the ancient scrolls we have sent forth the remembrance to thee, that thou mightest make manifest to humanity what was sent down to them, and so that perhaps they would reflect. Are those who planned evil deeds safe, that God will not cause the earth to swallow them, or that the punishment will not approach them from where they are not aware, or that he may take them in their going to and fro where they will not be ones who frustrate him, or that he may take them, destroying them little by little? Truly thy Lord is gentle, compassionate. Consider they not that whatever things God has created casts its shadow to the right and to the left, ones who prostrate to God, and they are ones who are in a state of lowliness. And to God prostrates whatever is in the heavens and whatever is in and on the earth of moving creatures, and the angels, and they grow not arrogant. They fear their Lord above them, and accomplish what they are commanded. And God said, Take not two gods to yourselves. Truly, he is one God. Then have reverence for me. And to him belongs whatever is in the heavens and the earth, and his is the way of life, that which is forever. Are you God-fearing of other than God? And whatever you have of divine blessing is from God. After that, when harm afflicts you, you make entreaties to him. After that, when he has removed the harm from you, that is when a group of people among you ascribe partners with their Lord. They are ungrateful for what we have given them. So let them take joy, they will know. And they assign to what they know not a share from what we provided them. By God, you will certainly be asked about what you had been devising. And they assign daughters to God. Glory be to him, and for themselves that for which they lust. And when any of them was given good tidings of a female, his face stayed as one that is clouded over, and he chokes. He is secluded from the folk because of the dire tidings he was given. Will he hold it back with humiliation, or will he trample it in the earth dust? Truly, how evil is the judgment they give. For those who believe not in the world to come, there is a morally evil description, while the loftiest description belongs to God, and he is the Almighty, the wise. And if God were to take humanity to task for their injustice, he would not leave on it a moving creature, but he postpones them for a term that was determined. And when their term drew near, neither will they delay it an hour, nor press it forward. And they assign to God what they dislike. Their tongues allege the lie that the fair thing will be theirs. Without a doubt, for them is the fire, and they will be ones made to hasten to it. By God, we have certainly sent messengers to communities before thee. Satan made their actions appear pleasing to them, so he is their protector on this day, and theirs will be a painful punishment. And we sent not forth the book to thee, but that thou mayest make manifest to them those things in which they were at variance in it, and as a guidance and a mercy for a folk who believe. And God sent forth water from heaven, and from it gave life to the earth after its death. Truly, in this is a sign for a folk who hear. And truly for you in the flocks is a lesson. We satiate you from what is in their bellies, from between waste and blood, exclusively milk, that which is delicious to the ones who drink. From fruits of the date palm trees and grapevines you take to yourselves of it an intoxicant and fair provisions. Truly, in it is a sign for a folk who are reasonable. And thy Lord revealed to thee the bee. Take to thyself houses from the mountains, and in the trees, and in what they construct. Then eat of all fruits, and insert thyself submissively into the ways of thy Lord. Drink goes forth from their bellies in hues, ones that are at variance, wherein is healing for humanity. Truly, in this is certainly a sign for a folk who reflect. And God has created you, then he calls you to himself. And of you there are some who are returned to the most wretched of lifetimes, so that he knows nothing after having knowledge of something. Truly God is knowing, powerful. And God gave advantage to some of you over some others in provision. But those who were given advantage are not ones who give over their provision to what their right hands possess, so that they are equal in it. Why have they negated the divine blessing of God? And God has assigned to you spouses of your own kind, and has assigned you from your spouses children and grandchildren, and has provided you with what is good. They believe then in falsehood, and are ungrateful for the divine blessing of God. They worship other than God what has no sway, no power to provide for them anything from the heavens and the earth, nor are they able to do so. So propound not parables for God. Truly, God knows, and you know not. God propounded a parable of a chattel servant who has no power over anything, and one to whom we have provided from us a fair provision, and he spends from it secretly and openly. Are they on the same level? The praise belongs to God. Nay, most of them know not. And God propounded a parable of 2 men. One of them speaks not. He has no power over anything, and he is a heavy burden to his defender. Whichever way he is directed, he brings no good. Is he on the same level as the one who commands justice, and he is on a straight path? And to God belongs the unseen of the heavens and the earth, and the command of the hour is not but the twinkling of an eye to one's sight, or it is nearer. Truly God is powerful over everything. And God brought you out from the wombs of your mothers, and you knew nothing. And he assigned to you the ability to hear and sight and mind, so that perhaps you would give thanks. Consider you not the birds, the ones who are subservient in the firmament of the heavens? None holds them back but God. Truly, in this are the signs for a folk who believe. And God has assigned for you your houses as places of rest, and assigned for you the hides of flocks for houses, which you find light on the day of your departing, and the day of your halting, and of their wool and fur and hair, furnishings and enjoyment for a while. And God has made for you shade out of what he created, and has made for you the mountains as a refuge in the time of need, and has made for you tunics to protect you from the heat, and tunics to protect you from your violence. Thus he fulfills his divine blessing to you, so that perhaps you would submit. Then, if they turned away, for thee is only the delivering of the clear message. They recognize the divine blessing of God. After that, they reject it, and most of them are the ones who are ungrateful. On the day we will raise up from every community a witness. After that, no permission will be given to those who are ungrateful, nor will they ask to be favored. And when those who did wrong consider the punishment, then it will not be lightened for them, nor will they be given respite. And when those who ascribed partners see their ascribed associates with God, they will say, Our Lord, these are our ascribed associates whom we had been calling to other than thee. Then they will cast their saying back to them, Truly, you are ones who lie. They will give a proposal to God on that day of surrender. Gone astray from them will be what they had been devising. Those who were ungrateful and barred from the way of God, we increased punishment above their punishment, because they had been making corruption. On the day we raise up in every community a witness against them from among themselves, and we will bring thee about as a witness against these. And we have sent down to thee the book as an exposition that makes everything clear, and as a guidance, and as a mercy, and as good tidings for the ones who submit. Truly, God commands justice and kindness and giving to one who is a possessor of kinship, and he prohibits depravity and ones who are immoral and insolent. He admonishes you so that perhaps you would recollect, and live up to the compact of God when you have made a contract, and break not the oaths after ratification, and surely you have made God surety over you. Truly God knows what you accomplish. And be not like she who would break what she has spun after firming its fibers, by taking your oaths in mutual deceit among yourselves, so that one community becomes more plentiful than another community. God tries you but by this, and he will make manifest to you on the day of resurrection about what you had been at variance in it. Had God willed, he he would have made you one community, but he causes to go astray whom he wills, and guides whom he wills. And certainly you will be asked about what you had been doing. Take not your oaths to yourselves in mutual deceit among yourselves, so that your footing not backslide after standing firm, and you experience the evil of having barred from the way of God, and for you will be a serious punishment. And exchange not the compact for a little price. Truly, what is with God is better for you if you had been knowing. Whatever is with you will come to an end, and whatever is with God is that which will endure. And we will certainly give recompense to those who endure patiently their fair compensation for what they had been doing. Whoever be one who acts in accord with morality, whether male or female, while being one who believes, we will give life, this good life, and we will give recompense to them, their compensation, for the fairest of what they had been doing. So when thou hast recited the Quran, seek refuge with God from the accursed Satan. Truly, he has no authority over those who have believed, and in their Lord they put their trust. His authority is only over those who turn away to him, and those, they are ones who are polytheists. And when we substitute a sign in place of another sign, and God is greater in knowledge of what he sends down, they said, Thou art only one who devises, but most of them know not. Say, the hallowed Spirit has sent it down from thy Lord with the truth, to make firm those who have believed, and as a guidance and good tidings to the ones who submit. And certainly we know that they say, it is only a mortal who teaches him. The tongue of him whom they hint at is non-Arab, while this is in a clear Arabic tongue. Truly those who believe not in the signs of God, God will not guide them, and for them is a painful punishment. It is only the devising of falsity of those who have believed not in the signs of God, and those, they are the ones who lie. Whoever disbelieved in God after his belief, except for whoever was compelled to do it against his will, while his heart is one that is at peace in belief. But whoever expands his breast to disbelief, on them is the anger of God, and for them is a serious punishment. That is because they embrace this present life instead of the world to come, and God guides not the folk, the ones who disbelieve. Those are they upon whose hearts God has set a seal, and upon their ability to hear and their sight, and those, they are ones who are heedless. Without a doubt, they will be in the world to come the ones who are losers. Then truly thy Lord, for those who emigrated after they were persecuted, and after that struggled and endured patiently, truly thy Lord is forgiving, compassionate. On a day every soul will approach, disputing for itself, and every soul will have its account paid in full for what it did, and wrong will not be done to them. And God propounded a parable of a town, one that was safe, one that was at peace, its provision approaching it freely from every place. Then it was ungrateful for the divine blessings of God, and so God caused it to experience extreme hunger and fear because of what they had been crafting, and certainly had drawn near to them a messenger from among themselves, but they denied him. So the punishment took them while they were ones who were unjust. So eat of what God has provided you as lawful, what is good, and give thanks for the divine blessing of God, if it has been him that you worship. He has forbidden to you only carrion and blood and flesh of swine, and what was hallowed to other than God. But if one is compelled, other than being one who is willfully disobedient, nor one who is turning away, then truly God is forgiving, compassionate. And say not to what your lying tongues allege, this is lawful, and this is unlawful, so as to devise lies against God. Truly, those who devise against God lies will not prosper, but a little enjoyment, and for them is a painful punishment. We have forbidden those who became Jews what we have related to thee before, and we did not wrong them, but they had been doing wrong to themselves. After that, truly thy Lord, to those who did evil in ignorance, then repented after that, and made things right, truly thy Lord after that is forgiving, compassionate. Abraham has been of a community obedient to God, a monotheist, and he would not be among the ones who are polytheists. He was one who was thankful for his divine blessings. He elected him and guided him to a straight path, and we gave him in the present benevolence, and truly in the world to come he will be among the ones who are in accord with morality. Then we revealed to thee, follow the creed of Abraham, a monotheist, and he had not been among the ones who are polytheists. Truly, the Sabbath was made for those who were at variance about it. Truly, thy Lord will give judgment between them on the day of resurrection about what they had been at variance in it. Call to the way of your Lord with wisdom and fair admonishment, and dispute with them in a way that is fairer. Truly, thy Lord is he who is greater in knowledge of whoever has gone astray from his way, and he is greater in knowledge of the ones who are truly guided. And if you chastise, then chastise with the like of that with which you were chastised. But if you endure patiently, certainly it is better for ones who remain steadfast. And have thou patience, and thy patience is only from God. And feel not remorse over them, nor be troubled about what they plan. Truly God is with those who are God-fearing, and they are the ones who are doers of good.